Hey, CoreniaBug fans! Hope y'all are fantastic today! Today is the next video in Mania. And today, I want to give you a gym tour of my gym space where I work out most of the time. But I'm really fortunate that my in-laws let us use half of their garage for a gym space. It sure beats paying a monthly payment for a gym membership. But I'm really happy with this space, and as you can see, I'm dressed in the epitome of gym fashion. Oh yes. Oh yes, I am so stylish today. But you know what? Whenever it's 35 degrees outside and you're working out in a garage, it doesn't really matter, does it? That is one thing that I really like about working out in the garage, is that I don't really have to worry about what I look like or people judging me. I mean, if I do go to a gym, I like to usually wear like a cute workout outfit, makes me feel good, and that's okay sometimes. But sometimes you just want to relax and get in the zone. And so I can definitely do that here, and I love it. So I'll show you guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. So here it is. Come on in. I feel like we're on Cribs or something. That was a cool show on MTV. But anyway, so this is our garage gym, and we'll just start over here. And let me just move this tripod. Yeah. But we got this super cool hexagon bar over in the corner, so that's really awesome for deadlifting, and I really like that one a lot. Also, we've got a few extra accessories here in the corner for adding heavy weights. If you want to use dumbbells with the plates, then that's a possibility. So we have those there. Oh, and the birdhouse is one that my dad made for me a long time ago. So I just kept it, and it just kind of lives in here in the gym space. So, And then over here, we've got all of our workout belts. I'm not sure if you know the PR brand with Larry wheels. So we did order this quite some time ago, and I will say that it has held up very nicely. So I do recommend the Larry Wheels PR weight belt. Is pretty good. And then as we move over this way, we have our random assortment of dumbbells that have been collected over time. So we got, of course, all the super lightweights, our 5s and our 3s, and then we got 10s and 20s. And then over here, we've got all the heavy stuff. There's the 40s, 50s, 25s down on there in the end, but they're adjustable. So if there's a time where I'm looking to get like an in-between weight, then we can always adjust the heavier ones to whatever weight you need. So that's pretty cool. And I love dumbbell exercises. I feel like a lot of people are really missing out when you just use machines all the time. Machines are great. I mean, I love machines too, but the stabilizer muscles that you're utilizing for a lot of those dumbbell workouts, you just don't get that same workout on the machines, in my opinion. So I love the dumbbells. I think they're awesome because you can just grab one, just here you go. And say you want to do some shoulder press or whatever. And here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And then just like that, we're doing our dumbbell press in our own gym, in the garage. Oh yeah. So anyway, those are pretty cool, right? And we've got our bench here, of course. It's adjustable. You can go flat bench if you're doing, like a chest exercise, or maybe some skull crushers for the triceps. So you can kind of adjust that for however you need. So that comes in super handy. Yep. And also we got these cool pads on the floor. So we only have these over in like this area. But they're definitely great to like soften the blow if we're like dropping our weights and things. Not that we would do that. Okay, maybe we would. So it really helps cushion if we're like after you're done with the set, you can't help it. You just can't hold them anymore. And they just, boop, go on the floor. So that really helps, is to have them drop down on these little padded squares. It's like a puzzle over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you might notice this thing is pretty funny for like grip strength exercises. I mean, I know that a lot of strongmen and especially arm wrestlers kind of piece together their own apparatuses for grip strength. So that's kind of what we have going on here, is all these plates have kind of been taped onto this dumbbell just for some grip strength and things like that. So you know what? You make it work. And you don't need fancy, expensive equipment to get a good workout. You just do what you can with what you have. Mm-hmm. And then over here, we've got all of our extra plates on this rack. Super handy to kind of keep them all grouped together on the rack here. Oh, and some cool accessories. We've got this doodad here, which is really great for like hammer curls. And then we've got like tricep extensions. And so this guy comes in handy a lot for so many different exercises. And he just fits nicely into a little holster there. Oh, and this is really cool. We use this thing for grip strength and forearms. So you can put whatever plate you want on the end here. And then it just attaches onto the apparatus like so. And then we're able to wind that up and down. And then it seems like it would be pretty easy, but once you actually get some weight on here and then you are actually swiveling this thing up and down, oh, it starts to burn like in the forearms like crazy. Such a good forearm exercise with this guy right here. So super cool. Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll continue on over this way. And just follow me to this side of the gym. So over here we have, I'll show you a couple more accessories that we have. I've got the jump rope. Great form of cardio. I'm not great at it, but it definitely will get your heart rate up in a hurry. So super cool to have the jump rope. Yep. And we do also have this guy here, which is really awesome for curls, because you can wear it and then it keeps your arms here in place. So it kind of simulates, like a preacher curl with having your arms here. As a matter of fact, do you know what a hairdresser's favorite exercise is? Curls. Curl, curl, curl. Yeah, so this is pretty neat. And then this thing, right here is a parachute. It's for running so that it creates drag when you're running. I don't use this piece, but my brother-in-law loves to use this parachute for when he's doing sprints to kind of create that drag when he's running. So it's kind of neat though. Maybe one day I'll utilize that, but probably not. But what I do utilize a lot is this. Is my walking pad / treadmill. And this thing actually goes super fast. It goes up to like 7.4, which is pretty fast for a walking pad or tiny treadmill of this size. So I actually utilize this quite a bit. And I recently actually put it on a slight incline, which made it so much harder. And it doesn't look like a big incline. I understand that. But the difference you feel from just that little bit of incline is a lot. It makes a world of difference, for real. Yeah. Let's continue on through the gym. And we do have our shelf here, actually, for all of our drinks and bags and things like that. For like any workout drinks and stuff. And phones will kind of get collected here on this shelf. And then we do have our handy dandy heater. A nice heater, because sometimes like today it's pretty cold, so it's nice to just have our little toasty heater going. And then one of the main attractions is the bench press. Isn't it beautiful? It's definitely well loved, that's for sure. Well loved piece of equipment. but it's so awesome because you can do on here like your traditional bench press on this side, and you can adjust the bench, of course, if you want to do flat, incline, whatever angle that you want to do. It also has on the other side your squat rack. So if you want to raise these up, and on this side, you can utilize that for your squat rack. If you're doing like curls with this bar or something like that, you can always put it onto these guys here. So definitely a wide variety of exercises that you can do on this piece of equipment. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll demonstrate it for you right now. Bench press is actually one of my favorite exercises, and I've been working really hard on like upping my weight, but I'm actually not that concerned with the amount of weight I'm doing. I'm just more concerned with the amount of reps and getting a good pump, because the blood flow and the pump into the area is what is really going to grow the muscle. So I'm kind of just focused on that right now. But here we go. Just get it lined up there. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Lightweight. Yeah, buddy. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Oh yeah. You can tell. You can probably tell that I watched Drowning Coleman like a couple of times. Maybe just a couple times. So yeah, there's our really awesome bench press. And then, if you'll follow me back to the other side of the gym, over here, we do have our step-up platform, which comes in handy for a lot of leg exercises. I'm not a super fan of leg day, to be honest with you, but it does come in handy. It is the Body Masters, and you might can tell where that might have came from. So, but anyway, it's just really cool for cardio if you want to do some step-ups, or like if you really want to get a good quad workout, then you can kind of do like some of these guys here. Start to feel the burn in the quads. Oh, and calf raises are pretty cool on here. So usually I'll just step up here like this, and then you can get a really awesome calf exercise by going below the 90 degrees, and you get a really good stretch right there on the calves. So yeah, just gonna do that. So, and sometimes I'll move this out, or if it's actually warm outside, I can take it outside in the sunshine, which is really cool. So very versatile, again, piece of equipment. Yeah. And then over here, which maybe I don't want you to see this part, but this is kind of the junk area, where all of the like junk seems to accumulate. We've got like our wrist weights, ankle weights, lifting gloves, tape for taping up the grip strength apparatus. We've got like our push-up doohickeys. So kind of a lot of the junk just seems to accumulate over here. So let's just ignore that area. We'll just ignore it and come on this way. And then over here, we've got our bicycle, which is pretty cool. To be honest with you guys, though, I don't really use this bike very much. I'm more of a treadmill kind of gal. But my brother-in-law, he loves the bicycle, so he uses this all the time. But I don't really use it that much. But it works great. Nice piece of equipment. Just not really my thing, you know? Just not really my thing. That actually, that kind of hurts my crotch, actually. Just, it's fine. Okay. Oh, here's my golf clubs that I never, ever use. I have them, and I keep them just for that one day when maybe the occasion comes that I want to go golfing, which hasn't really happened in the last decade, so maybe it's time, but we'll just hang on to them for that day when the golfing happens. Yeah. But anyways, okay, we're moving on. Moving to this side of the gym here. And before we look at this piece of equipment, I want to show you my hula hoop. I really love this hula hoop. It's so awesome. It is a weighted hula hoop, and I honestly hate ab exercises. They are not my favorite, but the hula hoop really gives a great way to like get your core working, get your abs working, but in a fun way. So normally I'll just put on some music, some Tay-Tay or some Megan Trainor, and then kind of get going with that, you know. These hips are moving, they la la la. Anyways, but yeah, so I will groove out with my hula hoop, get my core working. It is really fun. So I highly recommend. Okay, ready? Yeah, my hula hoop is so cool. It's a weighted hula hoop, which actually for me makes it easier to do the hula hoop movement because it's weighted and it really gets your core working. And I hate ab exercises, to be honest with you guys. That might be actually kind of obvious. But anyway, so this is one way that I can really work my abs and core and just have fun at the same time. So usually I just put on some good music and then I jam out and hula hoop away. Oh yeah. We have the cable tower. Super awesome. And there's all kinds of fun attachments that we have for this. So we've got, you know, your single. Oh, and then I do have these guys here for ankles, so you can do like the kickbacks if you want to do some booty exercises. That's why hamburgers go to the gym, to work on their buns. But we can work on our buns and do some kickbacks with their ankle attachments. Yep. And then we've got this guy. It's pretty fun for like rows, and so I like to do rows with that one. Pretty awesome. And then one of my favorites is actually the rope. That one, I just really feel a good burn in my triceps when I'm doing tricep push downs. So I really like the rope quite a bit. That one's one of my favorites. I actually like 2 of those. And we have this wide bar, and this one we can use for lat pull downs, which is pretty cool. So we can work, you know, like this area where the bra bulge tends to happen. So we can work that area with our lat pull down bar. So that one's pretty cool. Okay. And I think that's all of our attachments pretty much. And then, oh, I do have these bars, sometimes too, that I can use. So I can always add in some weights onto these bars for, you know, presses or curls or, you know, anything really. So these are pretty cool. And I do have a mirror in case I want to look at myself while I'm working out. But it's not vain, I swear. I do enjoy having a mirror though when I'm working out because I feel like it really helps with the mind-muscle connection. When I can see the muscles contracting, for me, I just feel it so much more. So it's not just for vanity. I do feel like it really helps with the workout and helps with the mind-muscle connection. For me, that's just how I feel. But so we do have a mirror here. Oh, and then over here, I'm going to scooch around. Right over here, we have some mats that are super great for floor exercises. And so, these, you might can tell also where these came from. So, but anyway, these are super great floor pads that I can take out for doing any kind of floor exercises. If I'm doing like hip thrusts on the floor, anything like that, these come in handy quite often for all of that stuff. And, oh, you guys might notice my clamps that we have. And so we got 2 different kinds of clamps. These are amazing, and I love these clamps. These suck, and they are a pain in the butt. So you can see, I'll show you how easy these are, but these, even though my grip strength has gotten better over time, I still do not enjoy using these. I'll show you on the bar right here. But these, just, I mean, they're okay, but to get them on and off is just kind of a hassle. I mean, it's just not great. Will they work in a pinch? Of course, in a pinch, you get it. But they're kind of annoying, okay? But these are amazing, okay? Watch this. And you stick it on here. Zoop. Super easy. Clamp. Perfect. That way, not going anywhere. And then guess what? Ready to take it off? Shoop. And back on. Shoop. 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 And that's just one-handed. It works better with two hands. See? Shoop. 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 Okay, you guys get it. You get it. But it's awesome. So if you are looking for some awesome clamps, I recommend these. They are awesome. Oh, and don't forget about our motivational posters. So right up at the top here, you can see Arnold, the bestest, greatest. He is right up here. So anytime I just need a little pick-me-up, I just look up at Arnold and I think, I'll be back. No, just, but I do love Arnold and all of his content from the past. The movie Pumping Iron is super awesome. If you haven't seen that and you want some good motivational stuff, definitely check out Pumping Iron because it is really cool. It's very cool. Super cool. Something like that. And over here, we've got Rocky poster, which is really cool. And who doesn't love Rocky? Yeah. So we love Rocky. Rocky is awesome. Absolutely. So you guys may notice, of course, as we were taking our gym tour, that there's quite a bit of Planet Fitness equipment within the gym. I may or may not have worked for Planet Fitness for quite some time. And if you guys would like a video of me talking about my experience from when I worked at Planet Fitness, let me know in the comments, because that might be a cool video. It's just talking about the time when I was there and when I worked there. But yeah, when they were getting rid of the equipment to replace it with new stuff, they were just going to trash it anyway. So I was like, oh, me please, I'll take that. Thank you. So that's kind of how I accumulated some of that Planet Fitness stuff. I did not steal it. If that's what you were thinking, I am not a thief. I would not do that. Anyways. But I'm so glad that you guys came to the gym with me today and you see where I work out and where the magic happens. Oh yeah. Ooh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Goodbye. Oh, and stay tuned for the rest of the month for Vlogmania.